Yo guys, today we're going to watch another super video called the worst operator for every class. This is done I think 8 months ago. Yeah, 8 months ago. I don't. Yeah, let's see what is his opinion about the worst operator for every class. Like, is he going to include 6 stars, 4 stars? Oh no. Is he going to include 5 star and 4 star as well in this class, or maybe not? Who knows? But is it the worst operator? So not the worst class and of each class or worst archetype, the worst operator in that class. So yeah, let's see what is the worst then.
Are in the description. Hello there, ARKNIGHTS most hated YouTuber here, once again being quite confused at all those other videos from other YouTubers outside the ARKNIGHTS space, being like, oh, you guys know me, I like being positive, I don't like making negative videos, it's not the vibe I want on my
The song.
channel. Fuck you! I love being a hater.
I
It
love being
gives me
hated.
youth. So today we are discussing the worst 6-star operator in each class. Yes, the title and the thumbnail are technically misleading.
So only 6 stars, okay.
This is because if I actually included every operator in the game, this entire list would just
Oh, that's kind of true.
be 2 stars, 1 stars, and Frostleaf.
Whoa!
We begin with casters. Some operators in this video are here through a process of elimination, where they
Casters first, right? My prediction will be cool here.
just happen to be
Come
the
on.
least good of their class. Others on this list, however, literally do not function as operators in this game on a basic level, and are fundamental
What
in
is
this
part of
game
him doing?
on a
Holy shit, she missed that shot.
basic level, and are fundamentally broken. Carnelian is the latter.
Oh, it's Carnelian. Oh, fuck. No. The hit is still real, guys. The snake hit is still
Is
real.
not just the worst 6-star caster, she is the worst 6-star in general. Operators like her and Liberator guards function on a very simple concept. They do nothing for a while to then pop off with a big payoff. Not just that, but they don't truly do nothing while they charge. Angelina has global healing. Lin nullifies damage below a certain threshold.
Oh, so they do give. She has global healing? Like, what's that girl's name? I forgot. Yeah, I forgot.
Beeswax is an insane tank, and Winner attracts aggro and reflects damage. So
Yeah, he attracts aggro. Like, holy shit, bro. he kind of messed up my run with Talula, but well, at least he also one of the reasons why we won in the first place as well. Well, not really. Amia God is the reason why we won actually. So yeah.
operators like this to function are composed of 2 parts, the big payout and
Yes.
utility as they charge. Carnelian is lacking both. I cannot stress this enough, that during her outrageously long charge times, she truly, absolutely does not do anything. She is quite possibly the only operator in the game, beside Windscoot, that
Windscoot.
does not do anything. Nothing, nada. Everyone else, even Mint, do something while charging. Carnelian uniquely does not.
Why?
But then you activate her, and she does so little she might as well still be doing nothing. Her DPS and total damage are comparable.
Holy shit, tequila. Okay.
To Tequila, the 5-star Liberator, and even then it's back-ended, meaning it needs to ramp up, making it just a tad more unreliable. When it comes to tanking, she's also abysmal dogshit, so you can't even cope that she can at least be a baseline tank. She regains HP when skills are activated, but due to the Phalanx Caster trait, it means she will immediately lose all the HP she just gained. Carnelian truly and absolutely does not function as an operator in its most baseline requirements.
Come on.
As for guards, it was
No. Give honorable mention and see the snake.
actually really close. Chen, the one without the ridiculous name,
Oh yeah, Chen. Like I heard that Chen is not that good, which is kind of sad.
is
Like didn't some? I think someone say that like Amia is a better Chen. I think that's what I heard someone say.
immediately out of the competition due to the Arketo IS module, rendering offensive recovery a genuine niche in
Oh, so Akito kinda helps him.
IS.
Helps her.
Lessing also can dish out some pretty okay damage, and on paper he has a niche against abnormal statuses. This means it
Abnormal
was
statuses.
between Helagur and Pallas.
Palas. No. Let's not. Like I know Helga is bad, but let's pick Palas. Okay.
I talked about it in my Discord server, which you should join by the way, link in the description, and I went in game to run some tests of my own.
Oh, he did say.
In the end, I feel it's a pretty clear-cut answer. Helagur is a geriatric old man, and believe you me, he surely feels like it in gameplay. I put them both against Bishop Quintus, which is kind of just a huge HP sponge, and Helagur took around twice the time it took Pallas to kill it.
It took around twice it. Holy, really? Damn, Helga, you're that bad?
While being deployed last and having no healing, meaning he could make use of his talent. Plus, skill 2 has a pretty bad uptime at just 34%, and relies on RNG to dodge as his only self-sustain. Plus, he can't use medics. This is important.
Wait, he cannot use medics? Wait, what class he is?
Means he doesn't have access to a lot of utility, mainly Monster Skill 2 and Lumen Skill 3. Helagur doesn't really have
Luma has a skill 3. Holy, I forgot. He's a 6-star. I never upgrade him.
any survivability to speak of, unlike Zuolen.
Yeah.
This means that for him to
Is he the same class as Wallen? I don't think so. Right? Wait, what class is Mr. Birdman? ARKNIGHTS. What's his name again? Forgot the name. Helga, yeah. Helga. Archetype. I guess let's just see this. What type he is? He's a solo blade as well. Okay. He's the same as. Okay. Damn. Like, what's the point of being a solo blade, but if you cannot dish a lot of damage?
shine, you need the extremely specific circumstance of enemies that can beat his ass to trigger his talent, but not quite hard enough to actually kill him. He shines in one very specific situation, and you kinda need to go out of your way to make it happen, while otherwise being extremely underwhelming. For the medic class, the choice is really obvious.
Shining, right?
It's Shining. In fact, out of every 6-star medic, she's the only one I would call bad. Every single other one is actually really good. The one big issue with Shining is her gimmick. She's the physical
Yeah, she buff defense.
damage counterpart to Nightingale. They are meant to mitigate huge amounts of their respective damage types. However, whereas Art's damage is a percentage reduction, meaning that Nightingale increasing resistance by 15 is a 15% damage reduction in all circumstances.
Like if only instead of increased defense, she increased physical damage reduction or something on from the enemies. Like if only she has that kind of healing, it's kind of talent instead of healing instead of defense.
Physical is a simple subtraction. Enemy attack minus operator defense gives you the final damage. This means that in the situations Shining is meant to be used, those being huge amounts of physical damage, it is likely that physical damage will be enough to outpace Shining's healing. In other words, for the vast majority of circumstances, it's just better to use a raw HPS healer like Sussurro or Aya Alter.
Damn, even Susuro is better. Okay.
Shining is left in this weird middle ground, where the physical damage
I think I know what Vanguard is going to pick.
needs to be high enough where an HPS healer can't help, but also not quite high enough to just ignore her skill tree. It's the same problem as Helagur. Besides, Haruka's skill tree is in the game now, which is literally just Nightingale's skill tree, but that also applies to physical damage, completely and utterly removing any
She's way more OP than I thought. What? We defense with physical attack as well?
tiny little resemblance of a niche Shining might have had. Snipers are also an easy choice. Sure, there's some
I wonder which one is the worst. Wait, let me think. The worst 6-star. I don't think. I can't think on any of it. Yeah, I can't really think any of one that can. Yeah, sniper is. I rarely get snipers characters. The only one I can think is Pozemka, but Pozemka is not bad. She got power
stinkers
crap.
in here.
Fartooth?
Like
Rosmontes, holy shit. Rosmontes might be here actually.
Rosmontes anywhere outside of IS-5, Schwartz, which got power crept into super hell, or the original W, which kinda doesn't do anything. But only one 6-star sniper has the luxury of joining the exclusive club of operators who do not function on a fundamental level, and that's Fartooth.
Yeah, I knew it.
Here's the thing. Anyway, regarding Fartooth, the issue is that infinite expand dong straight line range on skill tree is a cool concept on paper, but in practice, due to how she actually works, she needs to make use of that extra range to get access to her damage, which means you need a stage that is very wide or very long, with a ranged tile in a useful position to hit important enemies. In other words, a solid 90% of stages in this game literally do not have a functioning tile for Fartooth skill tree. She also has skill 2, but it's really lackluster. It has poor skill cycles, relies on other operators, and doesn't actually increase her damage, just her attack speed.
Sorry.
Besides, her infinite range gimmick in a straight line sounds cool at first.
It's kind of funny because right now we have a new character that can do this shit with skill 3, I think. And that is what is that girl's name? Orchid Alter, the new collab character, and I feel like, and not only that, she can be put in any any tile, both range and ground tile, which makes which makes her so flexible to actually able to do that skill, which is the cannonball. That's what I think when I think of like a straight line. But yeah, the like dude, like her niche of a sniper just got power crap so hard by Orchid, and Orchid also power crap April, I think.
Until you realize that global range is literally just that, but in every line. So even in the 1 in 10 stages where her skill tree is allowed to function, she gets mogged by Golden Glow and Laplan Alter. Another issue with Fartooth is that her gimmick is damage per hit rather than damage per second.
Meaning?
This means she doesn't synergize super well with attack speed buffs, and not just that, the damage per hit isn't all
Yeah.
that great. Very often, it can't one-shot very basic mobs. In the end, you are left with an extremely
Dude, the
underwhelming.
fact that the arrow just stopped the moment it hit the enemy, like it's not like Orchid where it just keep piercing through the enemies. Like that's the true global rage if I ever see one. Oh my god, that was like dude.
Sniper whose skill tree does not even have a functioning tile on most maps in the game. Specialists were a tough one. A lot of you, the ignorant swine.
Or specialist. When was this? I don't think this is. I think Crown Slayer already got the module during this time. I think. If not, I will assume it's Crown Slayer. But if it's not, then who are the cat specialists? I cannot actually think of any other specialists right now.
May immediately point to Crown Slayer, and sure, maybe once upon a time, but not anymore. Her new module actually makes her pretty good. The other specialists are actually either alright, or good, or downright meta. All of them have a niche. Some of them are underwhelming, like Zwire and Leah, but none are bad per se.
Especially is still relevant, huh?
Ultimately, it was between Ak and Phantom, and I chose Ak.
Oh yeah, thank God.
His issue is much the same as Phantom. That being that due to new releases, he just has no place in the meta anymore. Anything he does, someone else does better. The difference between him and Phantom, however, is that you could, if you wanted, use Phantom alongside Texas and Yato. As for Ak, you never really use multiple buffers, do you? Even in CC, you usually only use one buffer, if any, or one buffer paired with one debuffer. There is two camps of buffing, attack and attack speed. Attack can fall flat on certain units due to some additive, multiplicative things that my small brain doesn't fully comprehend, but you can just plainly see it with your eyes that it doesn't do much on operators like Sutra and synergizes very well with others like Rei. Attack speed is more beneficial on a wider range of units. So, unfortunately for Ak, Warfarin is way better when it comes to attack buffs, and trans representation monster exists now.
Trans representation? What? What is that supposed to mean? What the hell? What?
Which is the queen of attack speed buff.
So I did not manage to kill Quintus.
And in general, the best stat buff in the game. This leaves Ak with no place left in the ecosystem of the game. He's not the best buffer for...
Use monster for S3. Like generally.
anyone really anymore. Besides, due to the upfront damage tax they have to pay, he cannot buff everyone, while the other two simply do not have any such restriction.
Yeah.
Magallan is the worst supporter.
Oh damn! Immediately, damn. He doesn't even need to. Okay.
And there is no competition. I don't want to hear it. Because you watched a Magallan solo 4 years ago, that doesn't mean she's good.
This flow 4. Okay.
There is a reason those videos are so old. She has more issues than a Hello Kitty.
What the fuck?
Are so old. She has
clone herself 4 times. No, 4, 5. What the heck?
More issues than a Hello Kitty girl, and this is probably the longest section in the video.
Oh really?
Let me state this once more. The main issue with the summoner archetype is very simple. The summons take up deployment slots. This means that said summons are in direct competition with literally every single
Oh yeah, that's kinda true too.
other operator that could take that deployment slot instead. Unless you are using Ling or Radian, the summon will never win that competition. Some modules make it so the first summon does not take deployment slots to mitigate this, but a singular free summon in a team of regular operators has about as much impact on the team as an empty squad slot. So, because of this, in the year of our Lord 2025, there is 2 reasons to use a summoner: to trust farm and to make a cool clear video. For the videos, nobody farm and to make a cool clear video. For the videos, nobody watches those, be for real. For trust farms, Ling, Raidian and Eblana are so much better. Not just that, but Magallan is also a victim of early operator design. She has pointless restrictions that do nothing but gimp her. Namely, the fact that her summons vanish off to the fucking Shadow Realm when the skills end.
What? Really? Damn it. Okay, that's kinda bad.
Let's say you are a funky fellow, and you do use summoners in a normal game. Gameplay, you will find out 3 things. 1. Her skill 1 is actually pretty okay. The stall is actually alright. However, like 99% of crowd control operators in this game, she runs into the same wall, which is the simple question: why the fuck wouldn't you use Ethan instead?
So true. Okay, that's so true.
A free 4-star that does the same thing, but way better. 2. Magallan's drones barely deal damage. 3. If you feel like using a summoner, Raidian, a free 6-star that will come with IS-6, exists and is around 10 times better. The issue with summoners is that you need to justify bringing a summoner, and then you need to justify deploying a summon instead of a normal operator. In normal gameplay, there is simply no way to ever justify using Magallan. For everything her drones can do, an actual operator does better. And for trust farms, there is better dedicated trust farm operators.
I guess the problem is the summoner class itself, since it takes deployment, it takes the deployment slot, so obviously that's bad. Like if the summon is not good, then what's the point of being the summoner if you can just bring other operators?
And if you just feel like using a summoner for some reason, Rairian exists, who is freer, more comfortable, and stronger. Magellan discussion is uniquely frustrating. In the early days, she gained a reputation as a very strong operator who could solo stages on her own, but had a steep learning curve. You had to prove yourself to enter the Temple of the Penguin.
Penguin?
This made her the premium, elitist, pinky out choice. And in fact, even today, when you point out the obvious, gigantic, glaring flaws with Magellan, and that she is completely worthless for 99% of players, you're gonna get hit with the skill issue.
Skill issue.
Clearly, you are not an enlightened ARKNIGHTS player who enjoys the game beyond the gacha aspects like me. Rather, you are a brute who uses the meta 6 stars without realizing they are products to be sold. Ho ho ho! Clearly, you haven't hit up the Magellan Dojo
Magellan
to
Dojo.
train,
That's
you
kinda funny.
absolute barbarian. Moving on, before I get
defenders.
an actual aneurysm, there is only one real candidate for
What is the worst defenders? I can actually cannot think of any. Like, yeah, I don't really hear. I guess the problem is that most defenders are just, they serve their purpose.
the worst 6-star defender. The thing with defenders is that
blemished?
by and large they are all
Yeah.
alright. Baseline, if you pick a defender, you
Alright.
want them to take a bunch of hits and block 3. And almost every single
So there's going to be a defender that doesn't able to take hits like a champ and cannot block 3. Wait. It's Unitas. I think it's Unitas. Yeah, I think so. Oh, Santa is a defender. I didn't know that actually. Yeah, I think it's Unitas.
defender achieves this function, so almost all of them are alright units or better. Almost, because Unectis exists. Duelist defenders are the single worst archetype in the game. In function, they are just
Dude, I like when we did Stronghold Protocol. Oh my god, I forgot how she works, and then I realized, oh wait, she only blocked 1, and then not only that, she gained energy through blocking. What?
an overly expensive and shitty Dreadnought Guard, who itself is a quite mediocre and underused archetype. Not just that, but duelists have an horrendously bad trait of only being able to gain SP when blocked.
Is there a better version of Unitas already? Like, there's no way Unitas is the only one in this class, right?
As I said in previous videos, ARKNIGHTS is a skill game. You do not use operators for their basic attacks, you bring them for the skills. Therefore, things that give you easier access to skills are some of the best things in the game. In the same token, actively hampering your own ability to access your own skills is the single most disastrous thing you can do to yourself in this game. To balance this, duelists have a very high attack stat. However, this actually ended up harming them even more, because by having a high attack stat,
like, they can kill before they can block. That
they will kill whatever they are blocking
it's
sooner,
the worst.
and thus
it's kind of insane how bad this archetype is. Like, it is the worst of two worlds.
Get less SP from it. And yes, even Hypergriff realized this is an issue, as Aurora, the duelist defender after
Oh, really? Oh, Aurora is a duelist defender. Okay, what does she does?
Eunectis literally does not attack until she gets a
Oh, so that's how she works.
certain amount of SP. And about this, it doesn't really matter to the video, but I want to mention it. Eunectis is, as far as I know, the only operator in the game with an outright negative module.
Negative module meaning
That being her module Y, which does nothing but increase her attack even.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Really? Increase attack even more? Like it makes it harder to even gain SP now. That's bullshit.
And
Why?
further, so she has even more trouble getting SP. I understand that this is a module meant for skill 1, but still. Eunectis is clunky, shitty, awkward, finicky, and once you get through everything and charge her skill, it's not even all that good compared to newer operators in year 6 and 7 who have better, more powerful skills without the not-grating hassle Eunectis offers. So you have a shitty Dreadnought with the worst trait in the game, with clunky skills to use, which once used are not even comparable to everything else around them.
Yeah, they should
Finally,
have made the
for
skill
our
more
final
powerful,
class, we have
I
Vanguard.
think Siege, right?
It's a Siege.
Yeah.
Vigil is actually kind of alright nowadays. Skill 3 has solid damage and synergizes very well with buffs, and his skill 1 is used pretty often for stalling. Meanwhile, Siege generally has nothing. The Throne of Victoria is like the most gigantic cope I've ever seen. Her one niche, that of being an early game lane holder, as in handling enemies at the start of the stage for a cheap cost, was completely erased and lost to the sands of time when Myrtle came out 6 fucking years ago. And then she just kept getting power crept over and over, to the point I can only assume someone at Hypergriff actually just hates her. She's a
Doesn't she have an altar? So
weak operator who barely makes any DP, the only Vanguard in the game with a skill that does not make DP and does not help making DP in any way. She has no real use case or niche to speak of. She does nothing, she is nothing, she has no place in the ecosystem of the game, and her artworks are kinda ugly.
whoa.
That's all, Max Gummy, bye.
Whoa. You cannot just insult someone art like that. What? Whoa, like you can insult the kid, but don't insult the art. Like what? Well, I don't like the art as well. My. But that doesn't mean you should insult it though. Like it's like I want to see SUPAH draw if he can do a better one. Like this one is not bad. Like yeah. But there's well most of my prediction was right. Like because I already know of it. Like Siege, Unitas, I was able already know because yeah. Megaland I didn't know what her kit does, so yeah, that was my first time seeing her kit. And then we have I wasn't able to really like I forgot Ark is a 6-star. I think that's the problem. Like I keep thinking Ark is a 5-star. And then Fatu I was able to predict it right. Same with Fatu, like I thought Fatu was a 5-star or something. But I remember it is a 6-star. Wait, what is this? Wait, what is this? Which one is Shining? Shining. Like I was about to predict Shining to be honest, but yeah, I thought Shining was like that too. Helga, I didn't expect Helga to be to be here. I thought it would be Palas, but Heliga is worse than Palas. That's insane. That's rough. And then we have this one. What is this? Oh, Carnelian. Oh man, I was hoping for the whole. I was hoping for Snake to be here, but no. Carnelian, why you so bad? You so bad that my wish was broken. Oh man. But yeah, then that's all from me. Thank you for watching. Please enjoy, please and subscribe. Please share it to see more of my content. And yeah, peace out.